So for the past like year and a half, I guess, I've been having off and on leg aches um, when I go to lay down at night. And most people would say, oh, that's restless leg syndrome. And honestly, I thought that it was for myself. And I started to increase my magnesium to help with it, and it did some. But it was so random. It wouldn't happen consistently, and I was like, what is this? And then there's been all these massive amounts of solar flares that have been going on, and this week's been pretty intense with it. And this download, whatever you want to call it, I got to thinking about all of that with this Pluto return that we've been going through the collective in the United States for the last year and a half, I think. And how, I know that we've been going through this like massive root reformation, foundational change, and not only is that happening in the U.S. here collectively, but it's happening individually, and it's happening within dynamics of relationships, and it's happening in businesses even. Companies are even going through it, and obviously. And so it got me thinking about all of that when we have all this intense energy coming in, this intense solar flares coming in, that's what all that is to help us make this big shift and this big change and reforming our foundations. And most of my, issues have been in my kind of my hip area, solar, sacral, root, all of the lower chakras, which we've all been talking about all of that. But that's how I'm grounding in this energy. Where some other people are having these symptoms show up in like their migraines and heads. Some of it's been solar plexus stomach areas because your stomach and your pancreas is associated with your solar plexus. If we really were to acknowledge all this woo talk of people talking about Reiki and chakra cleansing and like balancing out your chakras, there is truth to all of that, guys. Like legit, if you were to do the research on it to see what body parts are associated with each chakra and how it's affecting you physically, emotionally, mentally, what are you working through, and how it's showing up in your body, because that's your body is the one that's telling you everything that you need to know, and then it's your part to look into those feelings that you're having, those sensations, and what is it telling you? How is it talking to you? And that it's not always just going to be fixed by a pill or going to the doctor. I mean, yes, obviously, I'm not a medical doctor to tell you no, you shouldn't go to the doctor, because you should. But I'm just saying, like, look a little deeper. Do your own investigation and research on your body, and like, what is it talk? How is it talking to you? What's showing up for you? And it was just really interesting to see that within myself.